Analysis and notes. Before drafting the new texts, here's a structured breakdown of the key facts, examples, and strategic insights extracted from the source material. 1. The strategic context. The problem: Nissan is losing ground in the compact SUV segment. Competitors like RAV4, CR-V, Forester all have hybrids. Hybrids are becoming the de facto choice. The solution: the 2026 Nissan Rogue plug-in hybrid, PHEV. The strategy: it is a bridge vehicle, a stopgap model, intended to fill the market void until the all-new fourth generation of Rogue arrives in May 2027. The partner: Nissan leveraged the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi alliance to borrow the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV powertrain to get this car to market quickly. 2. Technical specifications. Engine: 2.4-liter inline-4, 131 HP, Stottriggetrelbeft. Motors: dual electric motors, front and rear axles for AWD. Total output: 248 horsepower, 332 lb-ft of torque. Electric range: 38 miles electric only. Charging 7.5 hours on level 2 AC. Uses J1752 port, not NACS. No DC fast charging. Comparison: significantly more powerful than the base Rogues. 1.5-liter turbo i3. 3. Driving experience. Feel: drives like an EV, smooth, instant torque, though not as explosive as a pure BEV. Sound: emits EV-like whirring noises. Regan: features e-step, one-pedal driving, but unlike the Leaf Aria, it does not bring the vehicle to a complete stop. ADAS: Pro Pilot Assist 1.1, level 2. Good for adaptive cruise braking, but limited steering assistance on big turns. 4. Interior and design. Pros: quilted cloth seats with leather bolsters. Rear passengers get air vents, heated seats, and HVAC controls. Cons: dated switchgear, clunky gear shift. Touchscreen looks propped on rather than integrated. Cost cutting: evident in the lack of level 2 plus, autonomy, and older interior components, justified by the vehicle's short lifespan. 5. The future, 2027 and beyond. 2027 Rogue will feature e-Power Series Hybrid EREV. E-Power concept: the gas engine acts only as a generator to charge the battery. It never drives the wheels directly. Why the wait? The system needed updates for North American highway efficiency. Nissan's hybrid stopgap, driving the 2026 Rogue PHEV. Nissan found itself in a precarious position. While the Toyota RAV4 and Honda CR-V were capturing the hearts of eco-conscious families with their hybrid powertrains, Nissan's best-selling Rogue was left exclusively with internal combustion. Recognizing that hybrids are fast becoming the standard for the compact SUV segment, Nissan America's chairman Christian Munier greenlit a solution. The result is the 2026 Nissan Rogue plug-in hybrid, a vehicle designed not to revolutionize the brand, but to hold the line. We traveled to Franklin, Tennessee, near Nissan's HQ, to test this bridge vehicle. It is an open secret that this model is a temporary fix, collaboration born of necessity that borrows heavily from alliance partner Mitsubishi. Under the skin, the Rogue PHEV is effectively a Mitsubishi Outlander. It utilizes a 2.4-liter inline-4 engine paired with dual electric motors, generating a combined 248 horsepower and 332 lb-ft of torque. On the road, the difference is palpable. Unlike the standard Rogue's buzzy 1.5-liter turbo 3-cylinder, the PHEV surges forward with the smooth, silent authority of an electric car. It offers 38 miles of electric-only range, covering most daily commutes without burning a drop of gas. However, the integration shows its age in places. The charging port is the older J1772, standard rather than the emerging NACS, and it lacks DC fast charging capabilities. Inside, the bridge nature of the car is evident. While passengers enjoy quilted cloth seats and rear HVAC controls, the driver is greeted by a dashboard that feels a generation behind, featuring a tacked-on infotainment screen and a clunky gear selector. The technology suite includes Pro Pilot Assist 1.1, a capable adaptive cruise system that nonetheless lacks the sophistication of newer Level 2 Plus systems. Nissan is candid about this vehicle's short shelf life. It is merely the opening act for the main event, the 27 Rogue e-Power. Arriving with the next generation platform, the e-Power system will function as an extended range electric vehicle, EREV, using a gas engine solely as a generator. Until then, the 2026 Rogue PHEV serves as a competent, powerful, and necessary placeholder, a Mitsubishi heart beating within a Nissan body, keeping the brand in the fight until its own technology is ready for prime time. The deep dive. The following is an extensive, in-depth feature article covering the technical, strategic, and industry-wide implications of Nissan's electrification strategy, the role of bridge vehicles, and the future of hybrid powertrains. The bridge to tomorrow, analyzing the 2026 Nissan Rogue PHEV and the future of electrification. By the Automotive Strategy Desk. In the high-stakes chess game of the global automotive market, timing is everything. A delay of 1 or 2, Years in releasing a key technology can result in a loss of market share that takes a decade to recover. This is the precise scenario Nissan faced in the North American compact SUV segment. As competitors like the Toyota RAV4 Prime, Honda CR-V Hybrid, and even the Subaru Forester moved rapidly toward electrification, Nissan's bestseller, the Rogue, remained tethered to a traditional internal combustion powertrain. The answer to this dilemma is the 2026 Nissan Rogue plug-in hybrid, PHEV. But to view this vehicle merely as another hybrid is to miss the fascinating industrial and strategic narrative bubbling beneath its hood. This vehicle is what industry insiders call a bridge vehicle, a temporary tactical product deployed to span the gap between current limitations and a future technological breakthrough. This deep dive explores the Rogue PHEV not just as a consumer product, but as a case study in alliance dynamics, the engineering of stopgap solutions, and the looming war between parallel hybrids and extended range, electric vehicles, ERVs. The strategic imperative, why Nissan needed a bridge. The compact SUV segment is the fiercest battleground in the American auto industry. For years, the formula was simple. Build a reliable box, put a 2.5-liter engine in it, and sell it for under $30,000. However, the winds shifted rapidly around. 2020, as emissions regulations tightened and consumer sentiment shifted toward efficiency without range anxiety, the hybrid powertrain moved from a niche option to the de facto standard. Nissan America's chairman Christian Munier openly admitted the disadvantage. Without a hybrid, Nissan was fighting with one hand tied behind its back. However, developing a new hybrid powertrain from scratch takes 4 or 5 years and billions of dollars. Nissan didn't have the time. The alliance safety net. This is where the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi alliance proves its worth. While Nissan was perfecting its variable compression turbo engines, Mitsubishi had been refining plug-in hybrid technology for over a decade. The Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV has been a global success, particularly in Europe. By leveraging the Common Module Family, CMF platform, Nissan was able to effectively reskin the Outlander PHEV as a Rogue. This is platform sharing at its most pragmatic. It allowed Nissan to cut the development time from years to months, rushing an electrified contender to showrooms in Franklin, Tennessee, and beyond. 2. Technical deep dive, the Mitsubishi heart. To understand the 2026 Rogue PHEV, one must look at its mechanical twin, the Outlander, the powertrain architecture. The heart of the Rogue PHEV is not the Nissan 1.5-liter variable compression turbo found in the gas model. Instead, it utilizes a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 engine. In modern automotive terms, a large displacement naturally aspirated engine seems archaic. But in a PHEV application, it serves a specific purpose: consistent torque and thermal efficiency at steady RPMs. Electric propulsion, twin motors, one on the front axle, one on the rear. Total system output, 248 HP, 332 lb-ft torque. The magic of this system lies in the torque. The 332 lb-ft represents a massive jump over the gas-only Rogue. Internal combustion engines, peak torque often arrives high in the rev range. In this PHEV configuration, the electric motors provide instant torque at 0 RPM. This changes the fundamental driving character of the SUV. However, the bridge nature of the car limits its charging architecture. The connector, it uses the J1772 connector. As the industry, Ford, GM, Rivian, and eventually Nissan pivots to the Tesla-derived NACS, North American Charging Standard, the J1772. Port marks this vehicle as a legacy design before it even hits the lot. No DC fast charging. Unlike some newer PHEVs that can top up in 20 minutes, the Rogue PHEV lacks the hardware for DC fast charging. This reinforces its role as a home charge vehicle rather than a road tripper EV. Driving dynamics, the electric illusion. During test drives in Franklin, Tennessee, the most notable trait of the Rogue PHEV was its deception. It tries very hard to convince you it is an electric vehicle. The E-Step philosophy. Nissan has implemented its E-Step technology, a derivation of the E-pedal found in the Nissan Leaf and Ariya, and a BEV Leaf. You lift off the throttle, and the car aggressively regions down to a complete stop. You rarely touch the brake. In the Rogue PHEV, you lift off, and the car decelerates aggressively, capturing energy to recharge the battery. However, due to the presence of a creeping transmission and the physics of the heavy flywheel engine, it does not come to a full stop. This distinction is crucial for consumer expectations. Drivers expecting the seamless one-pedal life of a Tesla or Leaf might find the need to physically press the brake pedal at the last second, a minor annoyance, though it is standard behavior for most PHEVs. NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness. Because the electric motors handle the heavy lifting during acceleration, the gas engine stays dormant or idles quietly in the background. Nissan has tuned the vehicle to emit whirring sounds to warn pedestrians, further mimicking the EV experience. The transition when the 2.4L engine fires up is described as seamless. a testament to the mature software. Mitsubishi has developed over 3 generations of the Outlander. Interior and ergonomics, the cost of compromise. When an automaker rushes a bridge vehicle, the budget is usually allocated to the powertrain integration, leaving little for interior revolution. This is evident in the Rogue PHEV's cabin. The legacy dashboard. The interior is a mix of high-quality materials and dated technology. The good. Nissan's zero-gravity seats remain a benchmark for comfort. The quilted cloth, patterns, and leather bolsters in the SL and Platinum trims add a premium touch. The inclusion of rear-heated seats and HVAC controls is a feature often reserved for luxury vehicles. The bad. The infotainment screen appears to be propped on the dash, lacking the sleek, integrated look of the modern. Dual-screen panoramas found in the Hyundai, Tucson, or Kia Sportage. The ugly, the switchgear, and gear selector feel clunky and reminiscent of the mid-2010s. Safety and ADAS. The vehicle features ProPilot Assist 1.1. Capabilities. It manages distance, adaptive cruise control, and lane centering. Limitations. It is a hands-on system. If the road curves sharply, the system disengages or asks for help. The why. Nissan has a more advanced ProPilot 2.0 hands-free highway driving, available on the Ariya. Why isn't it here? Cost and architecture. Implementing ProPilot. 2.0 requires advanced mapping hardware and sensors that the older Mitsubishi platform likely doesn't support without expensive retrofitting. For a car that will only be sold for 2 years, the ROI, return on investment, simply isn't there. The e-Power revolution, waiting for 2027. The most intriguing aspect of the Rogue PHEV story is that Nissan is effectively competing against its own future. The 2026 PHEV is a placeholder for the 2027 Rogue e-Power. What is e-Power? E-Power is Nissan's proprietary version of a series hybrid. Parallel hybrid, Toyota Rogue PHEV. Both the gas engine and electric motor can physically turn the wheels. Series hybrid, e-Power. The wheels are turned only by the electric motor. The gas engine has no physical connection to the wheels. It acts solely as a generator to keep the small battery charged. The EREV concept. This configuration classifies the vehicle as an EREV, extended range electric vehicle. The driving feel is 100% electric, 100% of the time. There's no transmission shifting, no engine revving disconnected from speed. The engine runs at its most efficient RPM to generate electricity, and the motor drives the car. Why the delay? e-Power has been available in Japan. Note, Serena in Europe, Qashqai X-Trail for years. Why did North America have to wait? Highway speeds. In Japan, traffic moves slowly. In Europe, speeds are variable. In the US, drivers cruise at 75, 85 mph for hours. The solution. Nissan needed the third generation e-Power system, which utilizes a variable compression, turbo engine and improved inverter, efficiency to solve the highway fuel economy penalty, the market landscape and future outlook. The introduction of the Rogue PHEV at $40,000 places it in a crowded room. The competitors. Toyota RAV4 Prime, the undisputed king of the segment. Faster, 302 HP, with 42 miles of range. It has achieved cult status and often sells over sticker price. Honda CR-V hybrid, not a plug-in, but a highly efficient parallel hybrid that dominates in sales volume due to simplicity. Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, the Rogue's twin. It offers 3-row seating, rare in this class, and the same powertrain. The one-and-done scenario. Nissan executives, including Pons Pandikothira, suggest that once the e-Power Rogue arrives, the PHEV may disappear. Scenario A. Customers prefer the simplicity of e-Power. No plugging in, just gas and go but EV driving feel. The PHEV is discontinued. Scenario B. A subset of customers demands the ability to drive on cheap electricity. Nissan keeps the PHEV as a niche trim alongside the e-Power volume seller, given the complexity of maintaining 2 distinct hybrid architectures, one Mitsubishi-based, one Nissan-based on the same assembly line. Scenario A is the most likely outcome. The Mitsubishi wildcard. This partnership is a two-way street. While Nissan borrows the Outlander for the 2026 Rogue, the next generation Mitsubishi Outlander will likely be built on the 2027 Rogue platform. This means Mitsubishi may eventually gain access to Nissan's e-Power system, creating a homogeneous fleet of series hybrids across the alliance. Conclusion. The 2026 Nissan Rogue PHEV is a fascinating artifact of automotive transition. It is a vehicle born of necessity, highlighting the immense pressure legacy automakers face to electrify their fleets instantly. It admits a vulnerability, Nissan was behind, but also demonstrates agility by utilizing the alliance to plug the gap. For the consumer, the 2026 Rogue PHEV represents a unique opportunity. A chance to buy a powerful EV-like SUV with a proven powertrain, available for a short window of time. But for the industry observer, it is merely the prologue. The real story begins in 2027, when Nissan attempts to convince America that the best way to burn gas is to turn it into electricity first. Until then, the Rogue PHEV stands as a capable, comfortable, and crucial bridge over the troubled waters of the EV transition.